Here we are on Clothesline, the show where we wring them clean, string them up, and put them to dry on the clothesline. Let's kick off with the most ridiculous thing we saw all week. Now, in all likelihood, this has been around for a while, but it just got our attention. Aaj Tak really wants to go places. They want their news to go places. So they have in the past resorted to spaceships to take them there.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं स्वाति रायना और एक बार फिर से तैयार है हम तेज की टाइम मशीन के साथ। दस साल बाद देश का दम दिखाने हम निकल चुके हैं अपने इस मिशन पर।
Bicycles, remember this?
पर मुझे ये बताइए, हम लोग उत्तर प्रदेश का दौरा कर रहे थे, पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश से निकल के आपके यहाँ लखनऊ पहुंचे। हमने देखा कि इलेक्शन बहुत हद तक पोलराइज हो गया है।
And now they figure, since those two didn't work, let's try the iconic Sholay motif. And they went with this.
फिरोज, नेपाल में आए जबरदस्त भूकंप की कुछ तस्वीरों ने तो मेरा दिल दहला कर रख दिया है।
चलिए हम आपको सिर्फ 50 सेकंड में दिखाते हैं कैसे वहां पर राहत और बचाव का काम जारी है। क्यों अंकित?
Fatia news? Iya news? Guys, you get not just this week's fuckwa, you get what the fuckwa? But at least they send out the right message by getting the driver to wear a helmet, even if he's not going anywhere. But you know who's going places? RG, baby. After his 56-day retreat, he's in attack mode. He kicked off his Bharat Darshan with a visit to Kedarnath, which is visited by aunties and uncles wearing chappals and monkey caps forever. But when Rahul walks 18 kilometers for NDTV, it will always be an achievement.
And after his fiery speech in Parliament against the land bill, the Congress Vice President will now embark on a journey to visit farmers' houses where suicides have taken place. But if other Congress leaders are planning to accompany him, they better get to the gym.
That didn't look very swift. The Kedarnath trek तो 14 साल के बच्चे और 60 साल की आंटियां भी करती हैं, लेकिन जब राहुल करता है तो वाह हो जाती है।
मैं मंदिर में गया, मैंने कुछ मांगा नहीं, मगर मुझे जब मैं अंदर गया मुझे आग जैसी शक्ति मिली।
Rahul Gandhi quite literally on fire.
Rahul's on fire? Depends on the kind of heat you're used to NDTV. And fiery speech, मैंने तो average ही लगी. But then again, depends on the kind of heat you can handle. But the one thing we're looking forward to is Congress leaders taking NDTV's advice and hitting the gym. Can't wait to see this.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will.
While the Congress prince made a speech on net neutrality in Parliament, we, the good citizens of the country, had already expressed our views, and more than 1 million people had sent emails to TRI in response to the consultation paper for over-the-top or OTT services. But on Tuesday, TRI made all the 1.1 million emails public on their website with all the email addresses. Thank you very much. By putting out personal details online, it has now created a treasure trove for spammers alongside putting confidential data at risk. But then their website went down and a hackers group called Anonymous India took responsibility for it.
Well, if you were among the million-odd people who actually sent an email to the Telecom Regulatory Authority or TRI, well, you have to hear this. Supporting net neutrality, you should know that your email and perhaps your opinion has been made public. Thank TRI for it.
TRAI's move to reveal 1 million email addresses has been slammed.
TRI, what were you thinking? I know you were thinking that might as well get on the good side of TV networks by providing them all this data for free, which they would otherwise get by asking us to mail or tweet during a tragedy, pretending to care, but mining our data. And just as TRI makes it so easy to demolish them, Times Now and NewsX put together a panel with no expert in the net neutrality space to take TRI to task. Instead, we got GVL Narasimha Rao from BJP, Salman Soz from the Congress Party, Rahul Narvekar, NCP, and Aman Panwar from the Youth Congress. And wait for this, just wait for this, Somnath Bharti from AAP, who I'd like to mention is the most perfect person to take on TRI on issues related to propriety and rights on the internet, especially when TRI has put out a treasure for spammers. Here is his valuable input.
Any attempt to curve the internet and the choices attached with it?
No, I'm not.
Will not be at all.
So let me.
This net neutrality, what was the fundamental reason for you to bring it at all? Are you committed to this or not?
And to take on the net neutrality non-experts from political parties was Mr. TV Ramachandran from Assocham, batting for the telecom companies. Arnab yaar, what type of panel is this to discuss net neutrality? Perhaps you thought, ki fark penda? Even if I call experts, will I let them speak? No! You know, AAP is seriously running out of decent spokespersons when they let Somnath Bharti appear on panels.
Arnab, I'm wearing many hats today. I'm wearing a hat of politician, of a technocrat, of an IIT, of a lawyer.
Are you a spammer also? Just asking. TV anchors, please, when discussing something as important as net neutrality, call some people who know a thing or two about the subject. If your database can't get beyond the Shobha Days, Suhail Seths and Poonawallas, allow us to suggest a few names. Nikhil Pawa, Apar Gupta, Ramanjit Singh Cheema, Sandeep Pillai, and if you prefer to get a politician, go for Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Their phone numbers and email details are... just kidding. I wasn't trying to do a try. Google them, and with your resources, you'll be able to contact them. Party spokespersons don't know kak about net neutrality. I mean, kak nahi pata mayo. Speaking of panels, the ones who scored on getting a great panel together was Zakar Jacob from IBN. Well done. Here's why. AAP had another one of their events at Jantar Mantar, and this one turned macabre as a man called Gajendra died from suffocation due to hanging. This was the takeoff point for 2 days of wall-to-wall noise across channels where anchors and party spokies went to town with theories, accusations and rhetoric.
Vinod Sharma, you have suspicions that this could have been a pre-arranged ploy, perhaps a stunt gone wrong.
सबसे शर्मनाक बयान अगर किसी का आया है तो वो सोमनाथ भारती का बयान। उन्होंने जानते हैं इस आत्महत्या को साजिश करार दिया है।
We saw Mr. Gangacharan Rajput. He climbed up a tree outside Tanjanpad and he had a revolver placed against his forehead and he kept saying that I'm going to die. Perhaps this was on those lines.
He didn't intend to commit suicide. It was a ploy gone wrong.
Perhaps.
आप शासन हैं, आपके अधीन है अस्पताल, आपको तो पता था कि वो मृत हो चुका है, आपके मंत्रियों को तो पता था, आपके स्वास्थ्य मंत्री को पता था कि गजेंद्र दुनिया में नहीं रहा, मगर आप जंतर मंतर के मंच पे कह रहे थे मैं भाषण समाप्त करके अस्पताल जाऊंगा। क्यों सर, ऐसा क्यों कह रहे थे?
क्या गजेंद्र की खुदकुशी फिक्स थी? क्या आम आदमी पार्टी के नेताओं ने गजेंद्र को खुदकुशी के लिए उकसाया?
And our brilliant news channels put together panels consisting entirely of politicians to discuss the issue and then asking the question.
It was therefore the instinct. Sir, please.
He did.
It was the instinct of the Aam Aadmi Party to politicize this issue from the start. You are in no position to question others for politicizing. And once he got a confirmation that the man had committed suicide, within seconds he politicized it. You ought to be ashamed, Ashish, of what you were trying to do.
Why is it that he immediately started apportioning guilt and blame on the police and by extension the centre? Why politicize it?
So smart, na? Get a bunch of politicians together and ask them, why are you politicizing the issue? But Zaka and IBN walked the talk and discussed the issue by not inviting a single politician and only farmer representatives.
Tonight on India at 9, we're taking a stand. No politics over the death of our farmers. We're not inviting a single guest tonight, a single political guest tonight. No BJP, no Congress, no Aam Aadmi Party. Instead, we will be talking to real farmers to find out their real problems.
Good job. Fortunately, common sense is still alive. But unfortunately, so is stupidity and shamelessness. While Gajendra died in Delhi, all channels were scrambling to get to his family to speak to them. Aaj Tak went with a chat between her and AAP mistake Ashutosh. Here's what happened.
तो मेरी बेटी की तरीके से होगा, मैं तुम्हारा गुनहगार हूँ। हम राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं, इतनी गंदी राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं।
Ashutosh, Asu Ponch. So Ashu, or should I say Asu, bawled and didn't let the teenage girl who had just lost her father speak while she kept it together. And what did Aaj Tak do? Played on loop through the day, and even as this bizarre drama was unfolding with the ever-classy anchor Anjana Kashyap, the ticker on the screen reminded us that hashtag Ashu Cries is trending and asked the viewer to give their views on Ashu crying. Just for that, Aaj Tak, you deserve a second fuckwa in the same episode. It's a record. Political parties blamed each other, AAP blamed the police blamed AAP, and the news media took the moral high ground and blamed everyone. But hey, listen, What about the media who spent over an hour covering this, often keeping Gajendra on camera, not even nudging anyone to get him down or do it themselves? The sensitivity of the media was in as much display during this sad episode as of the netas. Exhibit A.
बार बार कहते रहे पुलिस वालों को कि आप उसको बचा लीजिए, आप उसको बचा लीजिए। पुलिस की जो भी राजनीति हो सकती है, पुलिस हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है, मान लेते हैं हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है, वो भगवान के कंट्रोल में तो है, इंसान तो है। अगर किसी के सामने किसी की जान जा रही हो तो वो ये कह के उसकी जान नहीं बचाएगा कि मैं तो इसके कंट्रोल में नहीं हूँ, उसके कंट्रोल में नहीं हूँ। इतनी इंसानियत तो बनती है कि ऊपर चढ़ के उसकी जान बचा ले।
एग्जिबिट बी।
दिल्ली की पुलिस का इस्तेमाल राजनाथ सिंह जी संसद में खड़े होकर इस काम के लिए ना करें, जो आम आदमी पार्टी के विरोध में करें।
एग्जिबिट सी।
Today humanity has died on the very Jantar Mantar where many revolutions took place.
In his rush to put the blame on someone, Arvind Kejriwal blamed the cops first. A couple of days later, he sympathized with the police.
हम ये कहें सारी पुलिस वाले खराब हैं, ये भी ठीक नहीं है। वहाँ पे जितने भी पुलिस वाले थे, अगर उनमें से जरा भी आभास उनको होता कि ऐसा कुछ वो करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, मुझे पूरा यकीन है 80-90% लोग के दिल में दया होती है। कोई ना कोई तो ऊपर चढ़ के उसको बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है। मुझे लगता है जेन्युइनली उन लोगों को ऐसा नहीं लगा होगा।
Then Arvind yet again said sorry. Sorry for not stopping his rally when Gajendra was taken down from the tree. Arvind, how many times are you going to say sorry? First you won an election by saying sorry. Then sorry again, now sorry again and sorry again. How many sorries? Okay, love means you never have to say sorry. But running a city, you have to stop saying sorry and run the city.
शायद मुझे नहीं बोलना चाहिए था उस टाइम। उसकी वजह से किसी की भी संवेदना को अगर ठेस पहुंची, मैं उसके लिए माफी मांगता हूँ।
लोगों का कहना है कि आपने इस्तीफा क्यों दिया? आज मैं दिल्ली के लोगों से और देश के लोगों से उसके लिए माफी मांगना चाहता हूँ।
हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं ने शायद 2-3 पत्थर वापस फेंके। मुझे लगता है ये ठीक नहीं है। आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं की तरफ से इस तरह की जो भी गलती हुई है, उसके लिए मैं माफी मांगता हूँ।
Love means never having to say you're sorry. Love means never having to say you're sorry.
And the police in turn blamed it on the AAP volunteers who they claim goaded Gajendra on. People live in real life. And when there is tragedy, you need some comic relief. That was provided by Punya Prasoon Vajpayee with this.
अगर मंच से कोई भी शख्स वहां से नीचे उतरता और इस पेड़ तक आने की कोशिश करता तो कितने सेकंड लगते? देखिए, 0 पर लेकर आते, यहां से शुरू हुआ, यहां पर आने में सिर्फ 18 से 19 सेकंड लगे। चलिए, अगर वो कूदता नहीं, अगर वो मान लीजिए सीढ़ियों से आता, हम आपको वो भी नजारा दिखा देते हैं। तो इसमें भी आपको वक्त सिर्फ और सिर्फ 15 सेकंड का लगता है। इसका मतलब है कि 1 मिनट से कम की स्थिति में यहां से वहां तक पहुंचा जा सकता था। अब यह सवाल है कि कोई भी शख्स जब फांसी का फंदा लगाता है तो पहले 1 मिनट में उसकी मौत भी नहीं होती है। यह भी एक सच है, क्योंकि सांस लेने के लिए जो ऑक्सीजन अंदर रहता है वो 1 मिनट से ज्यादा का वक्त लेता है।
Thank God he's only a journalist and not a police investigator, because then we'd have one hell of an investigation. There was the Nepal earthquake, the natural calamity which claimed over 5,000 lives, and it will be way more by the time this goes online. But do our news channels require restraint? Restraint? वो भला क्या चीज है? हमको तो बस rat race ही पता है. This is how our channels reported.
This is reporting from Ground Zero. Yes, our correspondent Vipin Chaubey has filed this exclusive report with the first team to be there reporting live for you.
Barely few hours have passed since Nepal was hit by one of a bad earthquake.
Now we're getting your first report from the quake epicenter villages in Gorkha, which have been completely demolished.
Which is one of the Zone 1 areas of the massive earthquake which struck on Saturday.
Everyone claims to be the first to get you the destruction, and Times Now claims to be the first at the epicenter. The day isn't far when they will claim they are the epicenter. Headlines Today reporter Shweta Singh reporting from Nepal. Here's what she says.
Here is a group of youngsters who are part of Nepal Scouts who have come here to help out the people in need.
And then she asks, get ready to facepalm.
What are you doing here?
Of all the questions you could have asked, you picked that one. Main sadke jawa. Meanwhile, CNN IBN decided to do something smart. News that the viewer can use, the oldest cliche in the TV book. IBN ran a segment called What to Do During an Earthquake. And on the ticker, they ran the first tip.
Let's just take in some callers who are already waiting for us on the line.
Stay as safe as possible during an earthquake? Really? As opposed to stay as unsafe? Let me give you a tip. What to do while press reporter who must get anything out there thrusts a mic in your face. The first tip is stay as far away as possible from the reporter. And credit where due, Arnab at times now demonstrated they aren't the most watched only for the noise. When everybody else was throwing out Richter scale figures, Arnab explained what the figure actually means and why there's no need to panic during the aftershocks.
There are 25 aftershocks right now. Nothing alarming about aftershocks. As the impact of the aftershocks go down, the number of aftershocks in that range also goes up. So you'll have more aftershocks at 5, even more aftershocks of magnitude 4, and then even more aftershocks of magnitude 3 till the whole thing begins to settle down.
A suggestion to Arnab from here, that why don't you do this every day? Send reporters all over the country and you anchor it. Go back to reporting. That's what you were supposed to be doing anyway. It wasn't just the news channels who got over-enthusiastic during the earthquake. There was BJP National Executive member Shaina NC. She tweeted on Sunday, 20,000 RSS Swamsevaks going to Nepal to assist in rescue relief operations. Media won't report this. And after a few minutes, she tweeted, proud to be associated to the RSS, true patriots during calamities. However, RSS through a tweet refuted her claim of sending 20,000 Swamsevaks to Nepal. RSS said, quotes, media is reporting inflated figures of RSS Swamsevaks reaching Nepal for rescue work, close quote. Abbai. Make up your mind. Is media not reporting what is happening? Or is media reporting what is not happening? Another victim of the Nepal rush was India TV, who ran a story about Bibles being flown to Nepal based on a report which was in fact a satirical piece on a Canadian webzine. You can read our report on that on newslaundry.com. One thing is clear, we don't get satire. And another thing is clear, in the race to be first to attract advertisers, you slip up way too often, which is why we depend not on ads, but on you. We have received legal notices. We've even been asked to take stories down.
But we refuse to buckle under pressure. We refuse to be a compromised media.
Sometimes some of you agree with us.
And sometimes you abuse us.
Sometimes the other lot agrees with us.
And sometimes the other lot also abuses us.
We don't expect you to always agree with us, yeah?
Hell, we don't even agree with each other.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Actually, yes, we do.
No, we don't. News Laundry does not have one point of view on anything. Maybe only on slavery and fairness creams?
The current model for news means that the media houses are answerable to either governments or their advertisers.
If it's just governments and advertisers who support you, naturally that's whose interests you'll keep in mind.
But if the viewers, that is you, support us, we will keep your interests in mind.
Because for independence, you have to pay a price. Freedom has a cost. Are you willing to bear that cost?
Will you pay to keep news free?
Will you?
Now, we have on Clothesline recently started what we like to call the feel-good segment. You know, when you feel too cynical and disillusioned with our politicians and leaders, just look across the border.
Our friendship is higher than the Himalayas and deeper than the deepest sea in the world. This is and sweeter than honey.
There's an old saying for TV professionals, a bro in need is a teleprompter indeed. And finally, a hat tip to Barkha Dutt. Watch, Sadi Indian Kuri Chha Gayi.
I had no idea India was so unsafe for women.
But this is where I have a disagreement, a fierce disagreement with the narrative that's been built around my country. You can probably guess by now that there's nothing defensive about my personality. I am not a defensive Indian. But I do want to say that what you felt, Nora, I have a problem with. Because no less than Nobel laureate Amartya Sen has chronicled that statistically, the incidence of sexual violence is higher in the United States and the United Kingdom than it is in India. So I do not like the generalizations about my country. And I want to make one more point. I have interviewed Hillary Clinton about 5 times, and every time I used to ask her, why is it so difficult for a woman to be the president of the United States of America? You know what, guys? These are not conversations we have in India. We had a woman leading us as Prime Minister about 4 decades ago. And I heard someone say in the morning that this is the only country in the world that doesn't have paid maternity leave. Well, we have paid maternity leave. We do not have a debate over abortion and reproductive rights for women. So gender is more complex.
We could not say goodbye without mentioning that we did see this. But we satirize what has scope to be satirized. But what can you say when you get this?
हर पल यहाँ जी भर जियो जो है समा कल हो न हो.
What Salman couldn't do as an all-powerful cabinet minister, he managed to do when he was out of power. Leave us speechless. Before we go, this week's caption contest winner is BPL. Yes, that's his name. Congrats, BPL, and keep the submissions coming. But why can't you give us your real name so that your name comes out and everybody knows it? Remember to participate in our next caption contest to get your name on the next episode of Clothesline. Hopefully your real name. Well, that's a wrap for the week. If you saw any moments from journalism that made you go, oh wow, or oh crap, write into us or tweet to us. Subscribe to our newsletter and support our I Pay to Keep News Free campaign. We are the change. You are the change, for better or worse. Never do nothing. Stay connected, stay online. If you enjoyed that, click up here to support us and down here to subscribe. Be sure to check out our older episodes and the other stuff we do, like Can You Take It, I Agree, panel discussions, comics and animations, and much, much more.